Many families share the same worry. What if everything I've worked so hard for disappears after I'm gone? In today's video, I'm sharing 3 important habits that could help your wealth outlive you. The first habit helps families build wealth, the second helps them keep it, and the third helps them transfer it. If you don't already know me, I'm Troy Inoka, a second-generation certified financial planning professional. Over the years, my team and I have worked with the same families over 3 and now even 4 generations. We've observed the small habits that separate those who build generational wealth from those who don't. And I'll be letting you in on some of those secrets today. Now, the first 2 habits are absolutely essential because you can't pass on what you didn't build and preserve. But make sure you stick around until the end because while the last habit might sound like the simplest, it's also where most families slip up. Number 1. Automate good decisions. Progress comes from a series of small positive decisions made over time. But even the most successful families get caught up in the busyness of life. That's where automation can come in. It takes a task off of your to-do list and keeps you moving forward. For every parent who wants their wealth to grow beyond themselves, teaching your children how to automate good financial decisions is crucial. Here are 3 simple things you could automate. 1. You could teach your kids to pay themselves first. This means if they have a job, teach them to schedule automatic transfers from their paycheck to their savings or investments. This allows them to immediately put their money to work for them, not spend first and save whatever remains. 2. Another way to automate a good financial decision is by automatically putting money away in a retirement plan every paycheck. Many people already do this, but did you know there's a way to level up your savings? Some plans have what's called auto-escalation. You could, for instance, set the amount you put away to increase 1% each year, so you don't have to rely on remembering to increase your savings in the future. If your plan has this feature, auto-escalation could be the default, but you shouldn't assume that it is. If you want to check, reach out to someone in your company's HR department for more information. 3. Automate your learning. Families who sustain wealth across generations often value education, stay curious, and never stop learning. Just as you can automate your savings, you can automate your learning too. Put regular family money conversations on the calendar because what gets scheduled gets done. Set aside time each week to read, listen, or learn something new together, whether it's a newsletter, a podcast, or subscribing to a YouTube channel like this one. Make financial education part of your family's weekly routine. Einstein is often credited with saying, "Compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world." He was right. But it's not just your money that compounds. That same principle applies to your family's financial literacy. When you understand how to build wealth, you make better decisions. And when you share that understanding with your children, they get a head start. I believe that this transfer of knowledge may be even more valuable than the transfer of assets, because when money is inherited without preparation, it's usually spent, mismanaged, or lost, often within 1 or 2 generations. And this is exactly what we want to avoid and what we'll talk about in the 3rd habit. So we just talked about one common habit families use to build wealth. Now let's talk about how they keep it safe. The second habit of families who successfully build sustainable wealth is they review their estate plan often and in detail. Now you might be thinking, how does that safeguard my wealth? Well, outdated documents can create real risks. Estate planning helps make sure your money goes to the right people. It prevents fights and costly legal disputes, and it helps with a clean handoff to the next generation. So if you let your documents collect dust and then your life changes, those documents are no longer relevant. You need to make sure newly acquired assets are addressed. You need to make sure you still trust the people you put in charge, and you need to make sure those trusted people are still alive and competent. A lot can change in 5, 10, and even 15 years. The key to preserving your wealth is making sure it goes to the people you intend, because what good is growing it if it ends up in the wrong place? Families whose wealth grows with each generation treat their plans like living documents, not just something they can set and forget. So now that you know how families build wealth and how they preserve it, let's talk about what I consider the most important habit. Now, I'm not a big sports person, but I think I know enough to share this analogy. You don't want to get to the 1-yard line and then fumble the handoff. Families who build lasting wealth have conversations most others avoid. We hear the same thing a lot. Talking about money with your kids feels uncomfortable. We're taught that money is an off-limits topic. You wouldn't ask how much someone paid for their house, you're not supposed to ask how much someone makes, so why should you talk about what your children will eventually inherit? Here's the thing, kids are smart. While many wealth creators don't want their children thinking they have a lot of money, so they're motivated to work hard, kids will pick up on clues and fill in the blanks themselves. They might not know exactly how much you have, but your lifestyle, the family vacations, your little or maybe not so little luxuries are not so easy to hide. Your kids will know you have something, and leaving them in the dark could do the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish. Families that sustain wealth across generations don't just leave money behind, they leave clarity, expectations, and a sense of responsibility. Study after study shows that children inheriting wealth unprepared is what causes wealth to disappear after the second or third generation. You see it often with professional athletes who get paid a lot of money when they're young, but do not have the financial maturity to handle it yet. And we hear stories of the same things happening to families on a much smaller scale. So make sure you communicate. Make sure you have the conversations most families avoid, because children are a lot more equipped to handle the responsibility that comes with the wealth when they hear directly from you, rather than having to deal with it on their own after you're gone. These 3 habits, automating good decisions, having family conversations, and reviewing your estate plan regularly, aren't complicated, but they're some of the things that separate families who build lasting wealth from those who don't. By understanding these strategies, you're positioning your family to make smarter decisions. And that's exactly how wealth gets built, kept safe, and passed, one small step at a time. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm excited to share that starting this year, I'll be posting 1 video a week, breaking down financial concepts and sharing real stories from families who found success in building wealth that lasts, so you can do the same. Many people think financial planning flows in just one direction. Planners give advice and clients take it. The reality is we learn just as much from the families we work with as they learn from us. And I can't wait to share that knowledge with you. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a single video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. You didn't like that one?
No, that was good.
Oh, okay.